Woo! What's going on, guys? Orum's Forum coming at you guys with a live pod. Orum's Den on a Friday. This chain about to fall off, man. So bear with me, guys. 7 o'clock. Orum's Den, Orum's Forum, whatever you want to say. Good to see you guys in. We got a couple guys in the building. We'll wait to get a couple more in here. Kind of a late decision to do this. Haven't had a chance to do this since we won the division. We won the division, guys. NFC North champs. How's everybody feel? 30 years in the making. 30 years in the making. Can everybody hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Let's say hi to some people on the show. Mark the Man, Orm. Keith O, my guy. What's up, brother? John Doe. Yeah, buddy. I like the emojis. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. One Pride 40. Good to see you in the chat, buddy. Hey, fam. Dennis Tytech. Hope I'm saying that right, brother. Thank you for coming in. Champs, sup, champs. Justin Chase, what's up, brother? We won, buddy. We are the champions of the North, the kings of the North. Dethroned the Minnesota Vikings. Chrome, woo! What's up, buddy? Feels good, guys. How's everybody feel? We got a big game coming up. Got a couple more people in the chat. Don't forget to like, share, comment this. Throw this out. Try and get some people in this chat so we can shoot the shit, man, about the Detroit Lions, man. Things are looking up. Things are looking up, man. What's going on, Abaldo? My guy, Abaldo Barragon. What's going on, my friend? Mark, my brother, how are you? I'm doing well, bro. It's a Friday, 7 o'clock, Windsor, Canada, and we're doing a live pod, man. It feels good to be a Lions fan. Dom the Bandit, what's up, brother? What's up, Mark? We won the division. Suck, Garner Johnson is out again Saturday. Yeah, you know what? I think, with that, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's because Melifonwu playing so well. That guy's came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, Ifeatu Melifonwu, finally healthy, by the way. And he's playing fantastic football. And I think that's a big reason why CJ Gardner-Johnson didn't get activated just yet. There's no rush. I think the Lions coaching staff really need to figure out what they're going to do when CJ's back for sure. Because I think he's ready to go. I think he's healthy. But right now, I think they're trying to come up with some stuff to get him on the field. Like, you're not going to sit Melifonwu right now. You're just not going to. That'd be silly of the coaching staff. You got Brian Branch playing out of his mind too. So it's like this is a good problem to have because you got another playmaker coming into the fold in CJ, but you're not sitting guys like Brian Branch. You're not sitting guys like Melifonwu. Maybe some rotation will be going on. The good thing about CJ Gardner-Johnson is that he is extremely versatile. So he can play high safety. He can play strong, free. He can play some nickel. And you just start moving guys around. Brian Branch can go to the back too. He can go to the safety position. I know they didn't want to do that with Brian Branch. They want to kind of, I know, because I think it was a couple games back that kind of pissed me off. Aaron Glenn took some snaps away from Brian Branch because they didn't want him going out playing safety. They want him to focus on the nickel corner position. Now I think they kind of have to do that now. Now you got another guy coming in. You're going to have to kind of move Branch around, move Melifonwu around. Melifonwu can go to cornerback a little bit. I think he's better at safety. Obviously, he's playing out of his mind. We got some options, man. And Cam Sutton could be out for this game too, guys. So, I was kind of surprised. Maybe that CJ wasn't activated because it looks like Sutton might not be playing. He didn't practice on Thursday. Maybe he'll play on Saturday night, but who knows? But it's a good problem to have. Jerry Jacobs on CeeDee Lamb. I think CeeDee Lamb on Cam Sutton is unfair as well too, because let's face it, guys, CeeDee Lamb is one of the best in the business. I think he's going to have a day just like Justin Jefferson had. So, they pick your poison, right? So, but having Jerry Jacobs on a guy like CeeDee Lamb is frightening. That's good, bro. You're busy, man. The same here, my friend. Gotta make that money, be with family, do what you got to do. It's Christmas time. I get it, buddy. Best Christmas present ever. NFC North champs, 100% Chrome. Holler if you hear me, bro. Our safeties are playing out of their minds. Absolutely. Kirby Joseph stepping up lately, playing good. Ifieto, wow. You know what I mean? It's just, it's a good feeling. The secondary's still a little bit weak. You know, we don't got that pass rush, and it makes it even weaker. Got to get some pass rush, but, you know, the pass rush has been coming from the safeties and the corners. AG's been dialing up some blitzes, and it's been working. But I would really like to see our front four doing most of that too. You know, Hutch is getting pressures. He's not getting home really. I'm not going to bash on Hutch, but I wish he would get home a little bit more. He needs to be a double-digit sack guy. He really does, and I think he knows that. But I'm not going to get on Hutch right now because he's doing his job for the most part, playing the run well, creating a ton of pressure. You know, he will get home eventually. So, yeah, top 10 safety room, you should know AG is an idiot. Absolutely. Top 10 safety room for sure, bro. Might even be top 5, no? Top 5? Might be pushing it a bit. What's going on, 9 Drinks? Live, love it. What's up, my friend? Justin getting a shout out. My guy, Roy Boy. Man, I'm on the road. I try to get up with y'all later. Man, I seen you got a little bit of tack, bro, on my last video. Sorry, Roy Boy. They were coming at you. Some of those guys, man, some of those subscribers. You held your ground, though. The secondary has a weak corner room. Very weak. Very weak, bro. It scares me. Cornerback, man, I don't want to talk draft right now, but it's got to be a big, big priority coming in 2024. Donkey Kong in the house. LFG Super Bowl a bust. Yeah, buddy. Still can't believe we have not seen Gilmore out there more. That's another thing, too. You know, as for everything that's happened, seeing Jacobs get burned week in and week out, it takes AG or whoever, man, making these decisions. It's got to be Aaron Glenn. It's got to be whoever I don't even know who our secondary coach is. I forget. Is it Bly? Is Dre Bly? You know, they got to make decisions, man. It takes too long, you know, seeing Jerry Jacobs getting burned week in and week out. And just try Gilmore. Like he might be, you know, he might get his ass kicked too. But you got to switch it up. Gary Kessinger, what's going on? Good to see you back. Good move on the Jerry Jacobs switch. I love it. Shouldn't have taken so long. It shouldn't have, man. I almost feel it's like the same thing they did with James Houston. You know, took forever. Took what, 11 weeks to get James Houston in the fold. It took guys like Penei Sewell, what's it called, Taylor Decker, Frank Ragnow. What are you doing, man? You got to get this guy activated. It took 11 weeks. It feels like the same thing, man. It's like you finally made the switch. But, you know, football is kind of a week-to-week thing, man. And, you know, you have your guys and you believe in your guys. And I think it's just sometimes you don't want to admit that those aren't the guys. You know what I mean? How you been, bro? 9 Drinks getting how you been from Justin. My guy, Brent DeWitt. Woo! Hey, brother, I'm 63, so believe me when I say enjoy the ride because you never know how long until the next chance you can say Kings of the North. Absolutely, brother. I'm 50 myself. Took forever. 30 years, man. 30 years. I was 20 years old. It was the Central back then. It wasn't even the North, right? So been a long time, way too long. And I think this new regime, man, improving year to year. Smash that like button. Thank you, Keitho. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. 19 in the building. Yeah, we need an elite corner CB1. We do, man. I like Sutton. He's not CB1 though. I think he's a nice CB2. He's a nice CB2. I don't want him gone from the team or anything, but they need another elite corner. And I don't know if there's anybody coming up in free agency, the draft, who I haven't really been paying attention too much. You know, especially because we're winning. So I don't really get into it anyways, the draft, until the regular season's pretty much over for the Lions. And it ain't over. So we rolling. Yeah. So, yeah, well, they had some moves today too, Dom the Bandit. We signed Tyson Alualu, but haven't played him. Do you think he will get a shot this season? Maybe this week. I don't know. I don't really know. I know they made a couple moves. They have one roster spot open. They activated Kabinda, then they waived him. They signed Badgley, the kicker, to the roster, which they had to do because we need a kicker. They waived Chase Lucas, right? They got rid of Chris Smith from the D-line, got rid of him from the practice squad, released him. And I don't really know, but I know we have one roster spot open right now and for the game tomorrow night. So Bruce Irvin, maybe, Tyson Alualu. I don't really know what they're going to do with that. But they got to get some pressure on Dak. Cooper, cornerback from Iowa. Hope we pick him up in the draft. I'll keep an eye on that, Keitho, 100%. Think Mosley will get re-signed? Gary, you know what? I think we should be done with him. I like him as a player. Too hurt all the time, man. Always hurt. He comes back on obviously he'll come back on a cheap deal, and try to win a backup role or something, man, or try and show out. But if they sign him, it's got to be for real cheap money. We have CG at Chrome. Oh, yeah, man. Our safety room isn't better than Baltimore. No. Baltimore, that defense is crazy on Pride 40. That defense is nuts. That Baltimore defense altogether is just scary. But, yeah, the safety room is crazy over there, too. Zakwa, what's up, my man? Lions might need to score 40 to beat this Cowboys team at 18. And they might, bro. We're going to have to run the ball down their throats as well. You know what I mean? Throwing on these guys will be hard, but the Lions are up for the task. I tell you that right now. He's got to stop guys like Dexter Lawrence, especially Micah Parsons. They're kind of small up front, so I expect this team, the Lions, to just run the ball down their throat. Like, I really do. Play action is going to be huge tomorrow night with Jared Goff. We will be able to throw on him. If Goff gets protected, we should have some success, but running the ball is going to be key. Makes you wonder with how Holmes drafts in free agency. Will be good to see how the cornerback room rounds up. Absolutely, man. It needs to be addressed, though. Right? You know what I mean? Free agency-wise, whatever. Draft. It needs to be addressed. Like, I like that they brought in Mosley. It was a roll of the dice. Didn't work out. Sutton played very well. He was fantastic, actually, in Pittsburgh his last year. We signed him to like $11, $12 million, whatever it was. Gave him some nice money. And he's been good, not great. He has some big moments. I know I've kind of rode him a little bit, but he gets burned a lot. He does. I think he's in deep because, hey, we don't have a pass rush, man. I think it makes obviously you guys know football, man. You guys know football. It's harder. It's harder on the secondary when you don't have a pass rush. You guys know that, man. This regime is legit. Oh, damn right, man. 3 wins to 9 wins, now to 11 plus. We can end up with 12, 13 wins. Home playoff game. If anybody can't see it, they're blind. This regime is doing fantastic. Fantastic. We are right on course. Even better. I think we're even above what we should be doing right now. Because I don't think this team, I think the regime thought they were going to win the division. I did, because I called it too. I know a bunch of other people did too. Home playoff game. But, man, we have a chance to get the 1 seed. I don't think a lot of people realize that, man. We have a chance. We need Baltimore. We need San Fran to lose. We need to win out. It's going to be tough, though. Kendall Fullerton. Who's that? For the draft? I got to look him up, bro. Gary, absolutely not. We can possibly beat the Cowboys. I think we can beat the Cowboys. We're going to need everything perfect to happen, though, guys. We're really going to need everything perfect to happen. The Cowboys are just a different animal on the road than they are at home. At home, they're a monster. You know what I mean? They're just a monster. They score a lot of points. They play better defense. They got it going on at home. 15 straight, guys. 15 straight home wins for the Cowboys. It's tough. Did you see Sue pick Lions over Cowboys? Said he hates Cowboys since playoffs lost when refs stole game. Hey, I love Sue. Apparently, there's rumors going around that Sue reached out to Holmes and Holmes said no thanks. I don't believe that for a minute. I don't believe that. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if Sue has doubled up on that, but I like to hear that from Sue himself. Hope we bring back 9. Hope we bring him back 9. I'd love to have him back. 19 in the building is awesome. 100, we got the best. Oh, yeah, buddy. Yeah, man. I remember when everyone was laughing at DC introductory press conference. Yes, I remember. But I knew he meant what he said and was about putting in the work. That's the real shit. That's grit. Hey, man. I'm going to star that up, buddy. I love that. I loved that introductory, that press conference. It was great. It was new. It was refreshing. It was genuine. It wasn't scripted. It didn't look like a guy that was just reading off something. He actually meant it, And I remember a lot of my buddies, man, were like, you guys got a buffoon for a head coach. I'm like, no, man, he's just a football player, and he's gonna. Don't worry about it. He wants to win. He's not gonna F around, and he's a little bit of a soundbite, but that's fine. As long as he does well, and he's done well every year. We all knew year one was a write-off. Marcus Williams and Hamilton has a lot to deal with. That's tough. That whole defense is tough, One Pride. That whole defense. I do think Lamar Jackson is in conversation talks for the MVP. He doesn't have the numbers. I think he's super valuable to that team. But that team is their defense, man. That team is their defense. They are animals on defense. So, you know what I mean? That defense goes as that team goes, pretty much, or vice versa. Gary Edwards, what's going on, bro? I think Laporta going to be the key. That'd be nice, man. I don't know who's going to be. I don't know if they have good cover linebackers. I got to look. I'm still kind of looking, but Laporta, should have a good day. Sutton have been solid. He's been solid, but he gets burned a lot, bro. I know we had this discussion before. I kind of rode him a little bit. He gets burned a lot. But like I said, man, I don't think it's all his fault. Not having a pass rush kind of kills him, kind of kills our secondary, and then our safeties kind of got to make up for it. And we got some good safeties. We got some ball hawking safeties, man. We got some ball hawking safeties. Dallas's linebackers are small. Pretty sure they play safeties in there. Yeah, they're a smaller team on defense. They really are. They could be pushed around a little bit, especially in the run. I do think Dallas is a little overrated. On the road, definitely they are. They're still a good team. They're a good team. It's going to be tough to beat them. At AT&T, it's going to be really tough, man. Overrated. Yeah, I don't want to disrespect the Cowboys because I do think they're a good football team. I really do. Can they be beat? 100%. I think we can beat them. We could go in there and beat them. We're gonna have to keep up with that offense, though. But we have the offense to do it. So I think it's gonna be like a 40-41 game, man. It's gonna be like a Seattle game. That's how I kind of feel it's gonna be. I wonder if Brad will sign Moses to a vet deal, hoping he's possibly available for a playoff run next year when healthy. He's another dog in the back end. Yeah, like I said, Brent, he's a guy that I would probably move on from. I do like him. He's been banged up a lot, man, in his career. Man, I wish we had him out there. I really wish we did, but it seems to be banged up a little bit too much. We got a lot of winners on this team, and they're playing real football, not for contracts. That was always our problem, for sure. Like in all reality, though, we got some contracts coming up, but these guys want to win. You hear St. Brown talk. You hear Sewell. You hear Goff, Decker. You see the emotion. You see Jared Goff getting emotional after the game. You see Taylor Decker in tears. It's just, these guys want to win, and those guys deserve it, man. We will have the Aleem dream back by playoff time. Yeah, it's been 4 games now, right? It's been a month for Aleem. Should be back. We need him back, man. We need him back in the middle. Causes some problems. There's water here. Let me see what's going on, fellas. What's going on? Keith O, my man. Cooper DeJean is American football corner for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Okay. He was named the Tatum Woodson Defensive Back of the Year and Rogers Dwight Return Specialist of the Year in 2023. I like it. Iowa boy, too, man. So Holmes is all over this guy. We like to pick those Iowa guys. Down the bench. Mahomes put over 400 on our defense. I'm scared to see what Prescott will do. Hey, man, like I said when I made that Stafford video, I think anybody that comes and plays the Detroit Lions, they're going to have a day. Unfortunately, they're going to have a day. It's going to happen. It's all about being opportunistic, I think, with this defense. Elbow's jacked up. It's all about being opportunistic, and we need guys to make plays, man, on the ball. We need the blitz. Prescott can make some mistakes when you blitz him. But, yeah, man, CeeDee Lamb's going to have a day. They got a good tight end over there. Who else is over there, man? Look out for that little legend. What's that little Brandon Cooks? Look out for Brandon Cooks. Look out for him, man. Look out for Gallup. They got some guys, man. They got some guys. They can't run the football, though. They can't. I'm not worried about the football being run on us. They can't run the football. Pollard's been non-existent going into the end zone. Lions can beat the Cowboys, but need to pressure Dak 100%. By the way, Justin Matabuke is a free agent next year. Oh, wow. Yeah, man. That guy's a stud. That guy's a stud. He's going to get paid. He's going to get paid, man. Him on the inside with the lean, that'd be amazing. We got some, hey, man, I don't really know the free agent list. Keep coming up, guys, with some names, because that's a good one right there, One Pride. I would love to get him in there. Dallas doesn't have good linebacker play. I know they got that Bell kid. Who do they got? Bell and who? Because I know Vander or whatever, Leighton Vander Esch, he's hurt, right? They got Bell and some other guy. Glenn needs rush to keep coming from anywhere. Oh, you know what? Get exotic, Gary. Get exotic, man, with the blitzes, with the schemes. You got to hide some stuff, because just our front four is not doing it. We're going to have to get it from Elefanu again, some Brian Branch stuff. Just as long as it gets there, man, got to get home, because if we don't get home, the Prescott will destroy us. Cowboys play fast on defense, but not physical. Exactly. They're fast. They're an extremely fast team, I think, on both ends, right? So you can beat them up physically, but they play fast. Absolutely. That's a good take. Give you a star for that one, Pride. I think we beat Dallas 38-31, Detroit Lions. Love it. Saying they're over doesn't mean they are. Oh, no. Hey, bro, hey. I'm telling you, saying they're over. People are saying we're overrated. People are saying we're overrated at 11 wins. You know what I mean? People are saying that, man. People are going to say about the Cowboys too. With the old who did they play? I hate that. I personally think it's a joke when who'd you play? Hey, winning in the NFL is tough. I don't care what anybody says. It's tough. So, might be a little bit overrated, but we're still winning football games, and so are the Cowboys, But they are in a 3-game losing streak, I believe, right? So, dude, I just don't think Dak is that guy. It reminds me of Russell Wilson. The money, the fame got to them, and they got soft. They always competed up the playoffs, and the wheels fall off. Woof! Justin bringing the heat on Dak and the boys. I get it, though. There's a lot of hate on the Cowboys. I think Dak's a good quarterback. I don't think he's the guy. He's looking for a contract. I know that. Him, CeeDee Lamb. They're looking for stuff. I think Dak's on 2 more years, or I forget, man. I got my buddy Tommy, who's a Cowboy fan, and he tells me I think Dak's got 1 more year next year, and they'll probably be working on a deal with him. But yeah, man, Dak has his moments. He has his moments where he's good and he's bad, but they got one of the best wide receivers in the business. I think this year, CeeDee Lamb, he's killing it. Super inconsistent. I hear you. Laporte even said the same. Brown, bro, he is a beast. Cooper, that is 100%, man. Cooper. He's a beast. Cooper. Who? Oh, you talking about the corner? Until you get rid of Aaron Glenn, this will happen constantly. Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I don't think he's ever going to go. That's the thing, man. Him and Campbell are 2 peas in a pod, bro. Taking hot tubs, taking saunas together. And those guys are boys. I don't know. Read an article too about preseason Dallas players were literally calling Dak out and calling him names. Wow. I didn't know that, brother. So he's a little bit of a cancer? Uh-oh. That's not good. I wonder what Jerry's going to do about that. I think he's getting re-signed, man, so I don't know. I hope to see some J-Mo sweeps or some sort of trick plays. Yeah, man, you know what? Hey, man, J-Mo's getting involved. That's what's good, Keitho. I like that. I like that he's finally getting involved. You're seeing the targets go up. The snaps are going up. That's what we like to see. He's catching 4 or 5 balls a week. Still want to see a breakout game for him where he has a big, huge game over 100 and a touch. But he's getting more involved, which is a good sign. If we can keep Dak and comfortable, Lions win 31-21. I like it, bud. I like it. We need to play more man, 2 high safeties on D, drop the guy you can put on an island. Yeah, man. Imagine if we had Garner Johnson. I know not Garner Johnson, Sauce Gardner, but then we wouldn't have Hutch. But we need that lockdown guy. I agree with you. 12.5 sacks is nothing to sleep over, but he would be insane with us next year. Oh, yeah, bro. Hey, he's from the inside and the outside. He's inside, outside, and he causes a ton of pressure. That Madubuike kid, that's what you're talking about, right? I think he is going to be – he's a really good one, man. He plays some D end and some D tackle. Gary, if we went out in San Fran lose the Rams, who you think we play? If we went out in San Fran lose the Rams, well, we got the bye, bro. We get the bye if that happens. We get the number 1 bye, and then we sit, and then round 2. And then who knows who we place? Who knows who will play, man? All I know is that we'll be at home for every one of those games, brother. Every one of those games. Like, I don't know, who could we play? All depends. Right? We would play, would it be Seattle? Would it be, Tampa Bay, Dallas? Like, who knows? Hey, man, can you give me a wrench? I made a new account. Yeah, I got to figure out how to do the wrench thing, man. I think I have to do the wrench thing afterwards. I'll figure it out, bro. I will give you a wrench, though. Let me start this up so I can go back and look at that, okay? Lions Roar 74, late to the party. That's okay, brother. Justin Madubuike and Jonathan Greenyard, rest in peace to the league. Oh, man, I like Greenyard, man, too. I like him, too. Justin, you have proof, my guy. Just want to see, yeah. I never read any of that, Justin. Not saying you're fibbing, but yeah, that's crazy talk. Just want to see the Lions defense flying around, being aggressive. Same here, man. GMO has a chance to be a demon if used right, like Laporta. Yeah, and I think Ben Johnson, bro, we're seeing the trust more. Last 3 weeks, he's been a part of this offense, bro. Lots of possibilities in the free agency this year, but we will see. I have a feeling if we get a guy, it'll be one or two free agents, probably a cornerback and a defensive lineman, edge, the end for sure. I think the priorities on defense is going to be just that, man. Cornerback, defensive end, edge, another pass rusher. Don't know what's going to be happening with Houston. I know he's a free agent, but he's like one of those restricted free agents where he can go make a deal with another team, but we could sign him right away. I forget what it's called, restricted free agency or something like that. So we have a little bit of control on him, but he probably won't be getting a big deal because he hasn't played all year. So, you know what I mean? So I'm assuming he's sticking around in Detroit. Justin and Mark, how should we double CD? Oof. Like Justin said, man, you got to play some double safety high. You got to have a guy lingering around because you can't go one-on-one with CeeDee Lamb. You know, it's just like the Justin Jefferson thing. You saw Sutton try to double up on him. You saw him try to do single on him. Single didn't work. So you got to have a guy like Kirby Joseph, a Melifonu kind of lurking around, especially a guy like Kirby. You got to have him kind of going to where he's going, double him up. Because if Sutton don't play, man, Jerry Jacobs is in for, he is going to get worked. Like, worked, bro. Like, it will be bad. You know, we saw what Justin Jefferson did last week. That's going to be probably 10 times worse. It'll be 10 times worse if Jerry Jacobs is out there. Because who's going to be the other corner? Who they move in the corner? Gilmore will Gilmore get activated? You know, I don't think he can now. There's some guys that can get some healthy scratches, and I don't know. It kind of makes me a little bit nervous. I love how this team shows up for prime time, and I love we're still getting disrespected by most of the media. Go Lions! Exactly. Hey, man, nobody. I think I saw one person so far pick the Lions in the Dallas game. Colleen Wolfe, I believe it was, from the NFL Network. Little Colleen Wolfe. She's a Philadelphia Eagles fan though, so like, you know what I mean. So she probably did it because of that. But everyone, ESPN, everyone's picking the Cowboys, and that's fine, man. Hey, that's fine. They're expected to beat us, but we can beat that team. All right, much appreciated, my guy. Much love to you, Mark. Much love, brother. One Pride 40. 100%, buddy. Let's give you a star. Was just the Dallas D giving Dak shit, but then again, I don't trust many articles. Written by AI. You know what? I think I remember something about the Dallas defense kind of riding Dak during preseason. I think I kind of remember that. I don't really remember what was said, but now it kind of clicked. Now I got to go look. Just, I hope so. Got a question. Are you resigning Jonah next year? Because I'm not. You know what, man? I kind of got into a conversation about that with another guy. I like Jonah, but if he's going to be asking for a ton of money, I'm going to say no. He's had his ups and downs. He's been good. He's been bad. He's been better when the whole unit's in there, all 5 starters. But, you know, he hasn't given up a ton of sacks, just 2 on the year. 2 on the year. He's given up about 19, 20 pressures, though. That's a lot, I think, from the inside. I'd really like to see what he's asking, because if he's asking for like Zach Martin money, which I don't think he will be, I'm gonna ask him to walk, man. Because, bro, we gotta sign guys like Sewell. We gotta sign St. Brown. Could we re-sign Goff? It's always a possibility. You know what I mean? They got a lot on their table, man, for the next 2 years. And Jonah could walk. Hope and a prayer. That's it, man. I was thinking of Branch on CD. That's tough, man. Asking a rookie to be single up on one of the best wide receivers would be tough, man. You know, I don't see that. They're going to have to double them up somehow. Now it's not going to be every play. It's not going to be every play because it's impossible. Because they'll be sending blitzes. They'll be trying to get the Dak. So CD's going to get some single looks. And when he get those single looks, that's when he's the scariest. He's even scary doubled up. So Branch could be what's his name? Branch could be lurking around, though. He's another guy that could be helping out. So they're going to need to do something. I run that man too high safety, then occasionally blitz a linebacker, delay blitz, spy the quarterback, crossing routes. Exactly. That's what they're going to need to do. They're going to need to do all that and then some, Justin. So it's going to be tough, man. This Dallas offense is legit, especially the aerial attack. They can't run the football whatsoever. And everybody knows it, but they still do well passing the ball. And it's kind of frustrating because you're like, you know, you're playing the pass, you're still getting gashed by Dak. So it's tough. It's tough to watch. Not a bad way to go, Brent. Oh, yeah, she is, buddy. She's fine. The little thing. Yeah. Glasgow needs to be re-signed. Yeah, I think he signed a 2-year deal, didn't he? I think he's here next year. Or did he just sign 1 year? I thought Glasgow was here for 1 or 2 years, for a couple years. Could be wrong. I feel like you can upgrade from him. I think so too, man. I think there's some good there'll be some guys in free agency, the draft, for sure. Nobody mentions Lions as one of the best teams. Always San Fran, Eagles, KC, Baltimore, Detroit still doesn't get respect. I'm hearing it, man, every day. You know, they're hearing, like, I just heard, what's his name? That Nick guy in ESPN, the Italian guy with the big nose. Him and 2 other guys, the basketball guy forget his name. They were saying, like, hey, man, who believes in the Lions? You guys believe in the Lions? And they're just like, well, you know, they're good. Like, you know, they're okay. But then they start talking about how good the Dallas is and San Fran's and then the Eagles. I'm like, hey, man, keep sleeping on us. Just keep sleeping on us, man. That's all I'm saying. I think Glasgow will resign. Did you see his face in the locker room victory when MCDC called up the gold guard? He was so happy. He was happy. He deserved it too, man. I thought they re-signed him to a 2-year deal. I could be wrong, though. Maybe it was just a 1 year. Brought him in for a 1 year. Probably didn't think they were going to need him next year. We gave up 2 players today. Yeah, we gave up Kabinda and Lucas, right? And Emotional, absolutely. So, yeah, so like those guys, I wonder if Kabinda and Lucas will just go back on the practice squad. You know, we got to make some room. They had to make some room for Michael Badgley. We need a kicker. And I think they got 1 more spot open. So who knows? Bruce Irvin, Alua, who knows? Our best 2 alignment is Sewell and Frank the Tank. Absolutely. And they got to re-sign Sewell. What do you do about Frank, though? You know, what do you do about Frank? I know he's still playing at a high level, but, you know, do you draft his understudy eventually? You're going to have to, I think. Might not be a big, huge priority this year or coming up. All depends on how he feels. I know he's only playing on 1 leg, man. He's got toe, back, knees, everything. That guy's got everything going on with him, man. 1 year, I believe. Okay. Adams House, 710. Lions by 1 million. Woo! I love it, buddy. Christian Hayes would be a great pick for him to replace Jonah Jackson. Pancake machine coming out of UConn. Okay. I gotta take a look at him, bro. Don the Bandit. I still think we should bring Sue back. I'd be okay with it, man. You pair him up with Aleem. What could happen? I like the way Bug's been playing, though, too. Bug's been playing that run exceptional. Roy Boy, a lot of Niners fans want no part of the Lions. Well, hey, man, there's some respect right there. There's some respect. That's the one team I fear the most are the 49ers. 100%, I fear them the most. No disrespect to the Cowboys or the Eagles or anything like that, but that's the team I really fear are the San Francisco 49ers. They're just tough, man. They're just a tough team. You guys are tough, man. Hey, man, I'm a single man, so don't judge me. It's all good, brother. I will say Glasgow's been grossly underrated this year. He's been nice. He's given up, I think, the second most sacks, though, on the team. But that doesn't mean that he's been terrible because he's bounced around from center to guard. I think he's given up 4 on the year. But, hey, man, he's playing really good football. Sorry, but Kabinda just takes up a roster spot. I agree. You guys know if you guys don't know, I can't stand the fullback position. I can't stand it. I think it's a wasted roster spot, especially in the NFL. They love him, though. He's a throwback type of guy. He helps out in the run game. He's a special teamer. He can play linebacker in a pinch, So, but I've never been a huge Kabinda fan. Was it 91 when the Lions slapped Dallas 38-9? I want more of that. I think that was 91. I was at that game. I was like 17 years old, 18 years old. I was at that game. I think it was 91, bro. Possibly keep him for cheap. They could. I just don't know. He might be asking for a lot of money. I want that guy Powers Johnson as the next in-line center. Where's he from, brother? Peter Schrager has us winning as well. He has us winning? I didn't see that. I was watching NFL Network, Good Morning Football all week, and that's the one thing I did miss, the predictions. I did miss that. So Schrager's got us winning that. Hey, Peter's a huge Lions guy, man. He loves the Lions. When we should harass Bubble Dub Page because he's way too calm with Dallas. Let the Lions roar. Okay. Bubble Dub? Never heard of the guy, bro. I got to check him out. One Pride, I seen the thing in Glasgow, and he was rated at 94%. He's playing good. He's let up a couple sacks, but he's playing really good football. Might be the following year. Okay. Detroit fan, man. Hey, peoples. Whoop. What's going on, my friend? Really, that surprises me. I agree. Playoffs go through San Fran. I think they do, guys. It's just the reality of it. I think, Eagles can be beat. The Cowboys can be beat. I wish we could play them. Hopefully we can play them at home if it happens. You got to worry about teams like Seattle and LA, man. You still got to worry about those guys. We struggle against the Seahawks, man. You guys know that. But we'll say Big V. Big V's going bye-bye, 100%. I think I seen on Woodward Sports. Don't quote me. About who, bro? About Glasgow? I'm all over the place, guys. 49ers got a good coach and a great system. Defense going to go through some coaches and remain great in the heartbeat of that team. Tough guys out of offense explosive as F2. 100%, man. Purdy's getting the job done. Guys, Mr. Irrelevant, man. He's just, no shade on him, but he's getting the job done. Kabinda got cut. Yeah, he got waived, right? Like they brought him, activated, put him on waivers. He's probably going to come back to the practice squad is my guess. That's my guess. We don't even use him. Exactly. That's why I'm like, man, why do we keep coming back? They just love that guy. He is the center for the Ducks. Oh, Oregon. Okay. Dragon fan Tim. Look at that. Who is that picture of? Oh, is that Torque? Sup, Merry Belated Christmas and happy 2K24. And that 1991 score was 38-6. It's on YouTube. I watched it last night. Okay. I was there. I was at that game with my pops. Cowboys are Jekyll on the road. Absolutely, they are, Roy boy. Whole different team on the road than they are at home. Weird. Glasgow was moving over that line when needed. Exactly. Very, very versatile. Bugs being benched half the year messed this defense up. When he plays, this defense is better. 100%. There was some things going on, guys, obviously. I really tried to get to the bottom of that with a couple guys that I know on the inside, journalists. I just know journalists. And they didn't know either, man. They just knew that there was some type of fighting going on, in-house fighting. I know during the summer, Bugs missed some time. His girlfriend at the time, I think, had a baby. He needed to miss time. Campbell wasn't happy with it because it was the start of camp. And then apparently Bugs went online or something like that on X with a drunken rant. Immediately erased it. Things were going back and forth, I guess, between Campbell, not on X or anything like that, but things were going on between Campbell and Glenn. And I think that's, and I think Bugs took the brunt of it. But like you said, Dom, we've been better. We've been better with Bugs in the lineup. So mobile quarterback is our Achilles heel. That's it. I'm 100% gun guy. 100%, my friend. We struggle against the mobile guys. Dak can run too. Well, if we spam the run, we should win. They suck against the run. They're terrible against the run, and they can't run the ball. They can't run the ball. They can't defend them. They can't defend the run or run the ball. The Cowboys there. We get one playoff, and I'll be happy. Hey, it's progress, bro. That's progress. I think we can win 2 games. I think we can possibly win 2, and that'll be great. Torque the Dork is my pick. Torque. Hey, he had a nice year this year, though. He had a nice year, man. Nice comeback year. Linebacker Trevor Noah. He got cut. Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, he got cut too. He got cut too. Could he be a guy waived or cut? I think he got waived. Maybe he can come back in the practice squad too. Who knows? Hey, I'm upset about how long they have held on to Cabinda, but at the same time, they keep sticking with their guys and going and getting back their guys when the team shows how they're treated. Yeah, man. And I think with the Cabinda thing too, I think they like to see their guys make out. So they did something where he makes all his money. So, leaving on good terms in case they need him back. You just never know, right? Just like you said, man, they get treated well. Good PR for free agency and even new guys coming into the league. Exactly. Teams are going to want to play for us, Justin. Teams are going to want to play for us, man. I'm telling you right now, it's coming. You're already hearing about it. Now, does Holmes want to pay the big money? I keep getting told that he's opening up the wallet in 2024. We'll see. My New Year's resolution is to celebrate the Lions beating the Cowboys and Wolverines beating Bama. Go Lions, go blue. I'm excited about that Bama game, too. I think we got a really nice shot to beat them. How they? How do you feel about Benito Jones? I don't see how he is a starter in his defense. I'd rather see Martin over Jones. Not a big fan of Benito, bro. Martin, I don't know. I can't really tell you. How Broderick Martin is, man. We've seen him one time. I think it was against the Raiders. He got a couple snaps in. Has he even dressed? How many games has he dressed? 2? 1? I haven't seen enough sample size of Broderick Martin to tell you what I feel about him. So if you're going to ask me how I feel about Jones and Martin right now, it's Jones, and I don't even like Benito Jones. That needs to change, man. That needs to change. He's okay. But he's not trustworthy. The Ravens seem like a super. Yeah, they're super. I think they're going to be there. The AFC, man, is not very strong. You look at the AFC, it's like, who's going to give the Ravens trouble? Well, all of a sudden, the Kansas City Chiefs blossom into their playoff team like they always do because they don't look good. Other than that, who like Jacksonville Jaguars? Like come on, who is frightening and who is frightening in the AFC? It's Baltimore. That's really the only team that's really scary. Win 2, I'll be ecstatic. I'll lose my shit. Hot take. I think the Eagles are a little. I think they are too, bro. We've seen it all year with the Eagles, man. We've seen it all year with the Eagles. I'm right there with you. Barely winning, getting beat. Looks like there's some in-house fighting going on there too. A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts. I heard there's a little rift going on there. Who knows, man? Who knows what's going on there? I don't think they're as good as everyone thinks they are. They don't play good defense, the Eagles. I can see the Lions have to play them. They drop 30+ on that defense. Easy. I see Ravens winning the Super Bowl. Same here. Happy holidays, brother. Happy holidays, man. Bear Pig, what's up, bro? Appreciate it. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Same Keith to dominate on defense. Not a big fan of the Martin pick. I wasn't either. I got into it with someone on Facebook. Oh, of course, Mark on Facebook. Surprise. I was trying to tell somebody about the Broderick Martin pick. I was just telling somebody like, hey, man, it was just a little bit of a reach, I thought, by Brad Holmes. We're not seeing the guy. We don't know what he is. He was kind of a project. We took him in the 3rd. I don't think you draft projects in the 3rd. This one guy got very upset with me. He got very upset with me, and it turned into a little bit going back and forth. But then we made up. We bro hugged, and we were cool afterwards. But Brad Holmes is great, but I thought that pick was a little bit ridiculous. Like, even if you ever listen to Broderick Martin talk, he even said, he goes, man, I think they rented out a room at a hotel. They rented out a small little banquet hall. And they were getting ready to have their draft party, but in like day 3. Like he thought he was going to get drafted in the 5th, 6th round. Now, hey, I'm no scout. Anybody in here is not a scout either, but that guy, Broderick Martin, was just a space eater in college, man. Space eater, mountain of a human being, and Holmes traded up to get that guy, gave up draft capital to draft him. And he's played one game. Maybe he comes out next year and he's Vince Wilfork, or he's somebody. You know what I mean? I would expect him to be something because you trade up to get him. You haven't played him. What are you saving him for? It's just so. I don't think you draft projects in the third round. Save that for the fourth, fifth, sixth round. That's just my take on it. I think Miami will make a Super Bowl run. They could. That offense is good, and that defense can play at times. The Dolphins could beat the Ravens. They play this week, man. They play this week. It's going to be a great game. Secondary little suspect, 100%. Lions, Ravens rematch. Wouldn't that be special? It would be. Hope we don't get blown out again. That was terrible. I guarantee you that wouldn't happen again. Last year's Eagles defense was scary. It was. Got rid of a few guys, though. So a couple guys left. And all of a sudden, boom. A couple injuries, too, though. Brad keeps drafting the way he does. We're Super Bowl bound the next few years, and some key players get signed. 100%, Keith, though. Start it up. Dragon fan Tim, do you add people like Mike does on your personal Facebook? Absolutely. 100%, bro. Look for me. Mark Orum. It's me. It's me, man. Look me up. There's probably a couple profiles, though. So just add them all. But there's a couple profiles that I don't use anymore because I either forgot my password on it or I just got completely banned from it. I don't think I ever got completely banned, but there's a couple profiles I don't use anymore. And I had some things going on. I was thinking the other day, I wonder what Swift, Akuda, and Williams think of the Lions do so well while they're all, well, especially Akuda, right? Being on Atlanta, especially Williams too. My God, for the Saints, Swift, he's doing well in Philly. He's happier than a pig and shit. That guy, but he's probably but they're probably going, wow, look at this team. These guys are the real deal, man. They're coming through. My issue, you traded up for him just to sit the bench. Mine too, one pride. That's what I was trying to get at when I was talking to that guy. I'm like, you don't trade up for a guy, then don't dress him. At least dress him. He's that bad where he can't be dressed? Come on, man. You traded up for the guy. You loved him for some reason. You know what I mean? I've never really heard the explanation on the Broderick Martin pick. I'm sure it's out there from Brad Holmes. If I just look for it on YouTube, I would love to hear the explanation. I've never really looked for it, though. I'm sure it's out there. It's probably all GM speak, but it was an odd pick at the time. I don't see Dolphins winning against the Ravens as possible, but don't see it. That's going to be a good game, man. Steve Shattuck, what's going on, my friend? Happy North Championship, Mark. Happy North Championship to you as well, Steve. And Happy New Year. I just Googled it. You played 3 games. Okay, I remember the Raiders. Denver and Chicago. On the road, he recorded 3 tackles. Okay. All right. That was a BQ-esque pick. Yeah, it was just a weird pick, man. Happy New Year, my friend. If you wanted a space eater, just get Jordan Davis. Yeah. Then we wouldn't have got Gibbs, though, right? Or Laporta, I think. I don't know, man. But Jordan Davis is having a nice year, but that defense is terrible. But it's not all his fault, obviously. But he is a good football player, man. He's fun to watch. Oh, wait, Jordan Davis. No. I'm thinking of Jalen Carter. Sorry. Jordan Davis, I wasn't a fan of, bro. Like, he is a guy, man, that gets – I was watching – I got him mixed up with Jalen. Sorry. Jordan Davis, man, he's humongous. And I'm not saying that in a good way. And I don't want to – I'm not sitting here making fun of guys. I'm overweight myself. But he's a guy that gets gassed early. I've made it a point to watch a couple Philly games this year. I want to see him. He's off the field a ton, man. A ton. But that's what he is, though. He is a space eater. When he's in there, he's a mountain of a man, but he gets too gassed. That whole Rams-Lions playoff matchup seems scripted. Well, that's what we're playing right now, my friend. I'm a friend of Mark's on Facebook. Hell yeah, brother. My issue with Philly is way too much Georgia. Got that Georgia pie going, brother. A lot of Jordan. I think that's why big time, like why Jalen Carter was a lock to go there. He's got some of his homies over there, man. Bro, I'm on his Facebook page. You're there too? Yes, you are. Brad Holmes is hands on the best GM we ever had, in my opinion. I agree. That being said, he can't get them all right. He needs to focus. Absolutely. And hey, just because we're criticizing Brad Holmes doesn't mean we dislike him. Some fans take that so to heart, man. You can't say anything. It's like you smack their grandma in the mouth. It's like, dude, I'm just criticizing his picks. I love what he's done. He's hit on majority of this draft. Drafts, plural. But hey, you can criticize some picks. It's not against the rules. Martin is a developmental player drafted too early. Absolutely. He never should have been drafted in the third. Now, I could be talking out of my ass. He could be fantastic next year. He could come in. He could be a guy that they just feed off of, man. So give me the 1957 rematch with the Bronze. Oh yeah, buddy. What's going on? Lions fan Haas. What's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well, Mark. Appreciate the quality Lions content. Thank you. Thank you for coming into the chat. I tried, brother. I'm trying. It's a Friday night. I'll be on here for a little bit, maybe another 10, 25 minutes. Okay, added you on the one where you're friends with Mike on. Okay. What's your name, bro? What's your name, though, dude? Martin needs to put an eye on the Tiger, turn it up, and turn it to Jeffrey Simmons for us. For the love of God, please. Something. But that's not his game. Like, he's not a Simmons, man. He's not a Simmons. He's a guy that's going to just like stop the run, take on doubles, space eater. I don't know if he becomes his pass rusher, that'll be fantastic, but I don't see that in his game. His first four, pure fire, bro. Watch Martin turn the beast next year after he gets his pad level down. Absolutely, that was the big thing. His pad level was up a lot. You know what I mean? And can't have that, man. Especially if you're a big man in the NFL, gotta get a low, bro. GM of the year, he should be in the running, and Dan Campbell should be in the running for Coach of the Year. He should get it just because we won the division. I don't see why. Get one more win, you get 12 wins on the year, maybe 13 wins. It's a lock. You can't criticize Holmes just like you can't criticize Goff. People are so sensitive about those two people. I know, man. Bro, I know firsthand about the Goff situation. Hey, man, I've gone to war with people over Jared Goff. Now, Jared Goff's playing good football right now. He's playing nice, safe football right now, what I love. Not turning the ball over, not making stupid throws, not being careless with the football, waving it around while you're trying to escape a sack. Both hands on the ball, throws the ball away if you can't make a play. Doesn't try to fit too much into a window right now. He's playing good football. This is what I want from Jared Goff. He's going to be getting some pressure tomorrow night, though. Siaki Ika out of Baylor was still there when we drafted Martin. He was. There's a couple good guys, bro. There was a couple good guys. The Rams took a few defensive tackles that are balling right now. I think one in the third, one in the fourth. I think they took one of the guys they took is leading the rookies with sacks. Can't remember his name, but they have a couple guys. The Rams had a really nice draft this year. Really, really nice. Like almost like a Brad Holmes draft. Everybody's contributing. Jordan Davis, Carter, Smith, Ringo, Dean. That's that Georgia line right there. Ringo's looked like he's okay. Dean's hurt again, right? Smith, you know what I mean? Carter, okay. Jordan Davis, don't like Davis. Dropped a lot of speed on offense for sure, man. Tim, my photo is Dan Campbell with two lions beside him. Boom. Gotcha, brother. Gotcha. Broderick is a jag, just a guy. Yeah, so far, man. He's not even that. He's not even just a guy, man. I love to see him. I love to see what we get in that guy. When we're not, unfortunately, we're going to have to wait until 2024. That's okay. I'm just saying he needs to move forward, strong enough to take up two defenders. I don't care about sacks, free up Hutch. I agree. Plus a chip every play, poor dude. Hey man, you know what? Like Hutch is getting manhandled out there a little bit sometimes, but he does get chipped a ton. People don't think he takes on a lot of double teams. People don't. I swear to God, a lot of fans don't understand what a double team is in football. It doesn't have to be two guys blocking him at once. It doesn't have to be that. It could be a defensive end kind of blocking him, then kind of releasing him, and then the guard kind of coming around, hitting him. It could be a tight end coming, helping him out, running back, chipping him. You know, and that happens a lot to Hutch, man. It happens a ton. I still think he needs to get a little bit stronger, though, and he needs to work on that bag of tricks because he's got two moves. He's got two moves that he does constantly: the spin move and the bull rush. When he uses the rip, he gets to the quarterback. He doesn't use it all the time, but when he uses that rip and he gets low, he can get to the quarterback. And I love Hutch, man, but I'd like to see him get home a little bit more. I'm thinking Brad and Dan are in for MVP. I think they're both. It could be locks, man. Man Bear means just a guy. 100%. Micro Mike is coming. Oh yeah, Micro Mike. I wanted Keanu Benton. He's doing well. Absolutely. What's the worst trade so far? The Watson trade or Russell Wilson? The Watson trade or Russell Wilson trade? They're probably moving off Russell. It's got to be the Russell Wilson trade. That's crazy. They're still trying to make the playoffs, and they're benching him for Jarrett Stidham. That's crazy. I knew that was a nightmare. The second Peyton signed there, and I think I told you guys that too. It's two guys that have God complexes, man. Wilson and Peyton. And Peyton doesn't like him, and Wilson probably don't like him. Back and forth. And he's already going to be gone. They're going to be eating a ton of money because of that. He'll be gone. By the way, I hated Ringo. I remember you did hated Ringo. I do remember that. He's playing okay. He's not great. You know, he's a smaller corner, right? How banged up is Dallas' line here? That big OT is dealing with a back. Tyron Smith is I think is questionable. I got to look at that. They got another guy. I heard Zach Martin was kind of banged up, but then I looked on the injury report, didn't see it. So there's a couple guys. I think they're right tackle for sure, though, that Tyron Smith. Drink, what's up, bro? Goff has been great for lines, but Hooker could be future, better arm and can move. Who knows, right? Who knows right now? You know, Goff's been really good. Hooker could be the future, or he could just be our backup for the next 2-3 years, and we'll see what happens then. I wanted Cansey. Cansey's been hurt a lot in Tampa, hasn't he? Tyron Smith always hurt, always. Sebastian Joseph Day was beat by a Chargers. We can try and add him. No, he got picked up. Sebastian Joseph, we went to the 49ers, bro. Joseph Day went to the Niners. They grabbed him. Rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year, Stroud. It should be. He needs to play, though. He's playing this week. Campbell? Hey, man, I like the way Campbell's been playing, man. I really do. He gets a lot of flack, I think. He gets too much flack. He has his moments, though, where he's good and he's bad, but I love him. Man Bear, I love you, but smoke in your belly. Hutch is in a living hell. He really is, man. He needs help. He needs McNeil back. He needs a guy in the end. He needs a guy in the end helping him where he doesn't get constantly double teamed. He gets held a ton. I don't want to be that guy that's complaining about it all because, hey, man, you're the number 2 pick. Guys like Myles Garrett, Nick Bosa, those guys all went through it too, and they're still going through it, and they're succeeding. So we just need Hutch to get home a little bit more. You think Zach Zinnergaard from Michigan will get drafted after the injury? He just had a monster first-round pick for sure. He could. I think he'll probably still get drafted, though. But he could be a nice late draft pick. Hutch is constantly in the backfield. Sacks are an overrated stat to determine if absolutely. I'm not just saying sacks are the thing. He's leading in pressures, QB hits, QB hurries. He's doing his thing. He's playing the run well. I'm just saying from a personal, and I think everybody can kind of agree, I'd like to see him get more sacks. That's it. I'm not basing his play off of just sacks. I think that's a weak, casual way to look. I agree with you, Lions Roar 74, and you're getting a star. Nice. Adds a rip and a swim will be deadly. He's got that rip. That's the thing on Pride. He's got that rip, and when he uses it, it works. He's a disruptor, 100%. I did like Cansey. I know a lot of guys did. He's been kind of I know he came back against the Lions and he had his first sack of the year. I don't know what he's done since. Yeah, but at the same time, I think Campbell at 18 was the right pick. I loved that pick, bro. I think you guys were, like most of you guys were in here, man, when I did a what's it called, a live stream on the draft. I was ecstatic for that Campbell pick. Picks on the home runners with more depth, Rodrigo and Jalen Reeves-Maybin. And Jalen Reeves-Maybin, by the way, playing good football right now. I hope Hooker pans out. Same here. He gets burned a lot. Who gets burned? Plus, everyone is growing in development. You can see it on the field. They're getting more comfortable in the defense with their assignments are. For sure, man. Making a couple different moves around that defense helps out a ton. I think Goff takes a friendly team deal. I don't think he's out to be the highest paid. I don't know, man. What's friendly team, though? Right now he's making like what? 30 to 32 or something like that million. I don't think he's asking. I don't think he's going to ask for anything less than 45. I'd be shocked. You know what I mean? I'd be actually really shocked if he did. I don't think he's going to ask for Lamar Jackson money, which is $52 million a season or average. You know what I mean? That's what it comes to. You know, it gets broken up down the road or whatever, front loaded, back loaded, whatever you want to say. But I hope he's not asking for 50 because you can't do it. Time is now for Hutch. Time to step up his game. That's what number twos do. Exactly. We need to see a little bit more. I love Hutch. But come on. If we were bad, I would be looking at draft prospects. Draft? What's that? Oh, yeah, man. Like, I'm not even looking at draft prospects, man. You, Hutch, would have done better this year with last year defensive coach over the new one. Hutch will be good. Hutch is gonna be okay. Not a first-round guard, but he'll still get drafted. Yeah, I agree, too. I think Justin is right. We have a young defense, only get better. It is going to get better. It's going to get better, man. It's a very young defense. Does Aaron Glenn stick with it, though? Is he the guy? I know you keep hearing on the TV sometimes, like, you know, it's not like a huge talk, but you keep hearing, Aaron Glenn's going to get a lot of talk, man, about head coaching. I'm like, he is? Well, why? Like, I think, you know, we have a great run defense. Like, don't get me wrong, run defense is fantastic. But if you can't be a better coordinator, and I don't think he's gonna. Maybe he gets some interviews. I just don't see him being a guy that someone's gonna want to hire. You know what I mean? I just don't see it. You know, but who knows? Who knows? I'll tell you right now, though, Ben Johnson's gone. Gonzo. Yeah, more so I just want for that, like, you know what it's like attempt after attempt of aiming for that goal and getting denied. Like, damn, feels good to grab that sack and feel that's exactly. And you know, you can tell sometimes when he talks, man, that he's getting frustrated. He's getting frustrated because he's so close a lot. He's so close a lot. 6.5 sacks, a ton of pressures, though. I made a bet with a Bears fan that he's going to get 15. I made a bet, so I'm going to have to pay up at the end of the year. I should just give him the money now. It's not going to happen. I said 15. $50. That's all it was. But man, the guy actually just DM'd me on Facebook maybe 3 weeks ago. He's like, don't forget. And I was like, I didn't forget, bro. I was like, you'll be getting your coin. Don't worry. But I was expecting at least 12 to 15. I'm not going to lie, man. I was expecting 12 to 15 sacks from Hutch. Like, you know, now he needs like what, 7, 8, 9. He needs 3.5 to get to 10. I guess it could happen. I'd really like to see him get 10. I really would like to see him get 10. Just turn it up right now. Boom, turn it up. And I think he'd be ready to go. I think I'll be happy with the 40s. He should be. I think anybody would be, but, you know, it's all about ego, man, in the NFL. It's all about ego, but, you know, I think he was going to ask for a big coin. I can't really see Holmes doing it, but Holmes does love him. Hutch needs talent. He does. Kaminsky, Harris, and Alquara brothers are not good players. They're average at best. You need another great player to pair with them. And I agree, Don the Bandit. I agree. Romeo's been playing okay football lately. Kaminsky should have jumped on that ball last week, by the way. That pissed me off, man. I was in church. I was in church. I didn't even see that. But like when I heard it, it was a big sack. I forget who sacked. I forget who was that sacked the quarterback or stripped the ball. And apparently Kaminsky could have jumped on that ball, but he tried to scoop and score. Let's bring Swartz back for DC. He's doing well in Cleveland, bro. He's doing well in Cleveland. He'll be sticking around there for a while. Cleveland's going to be a team to look out for. That's a team in the AFC. Look out for that team. Look out for the Cleveland Browns, man. Lions O-line and Goss quick passing will shred the Cowgirls. I hope so, brother. You know, they got to block Dexter Lawrence. They got to take care of Micah. It's going to be a tough matchup, but I think we can do it. We're going to be running the ball down their throats on gun guy. We're going to be running the ball down their throats. They're like 19th in the NFL on stopping the run. They can't stop the run. Teams gash them. If questions asked about our D-line coach, could that be part of the problem? He came from Penn State. Could be. He could be. I just don't think we have the personnel, really. Like what's his name said up here top. You know, you got Kaminsky, you got the Aguara brothers, Charles Harris. They're just not getting the job done. Watch him strike it hot in the playoffs. Hope he sees this and has a little more fuel for the fire. I hope he does see this. Let's go, Hutch. We got faith in you, big fella. Glenn hasn't done anything yet to be a head coaching job. I agree. If Ben Johnson really wants $50 million a year, I see him being our OC for a while. Apparently his agent came out and said that was bullshit about the $15 million a year. That's literally top 3 money in head coaching. I don't think he's going to get that. I think he'll get like McDaniel money, $10 million plus. He can get that. He's not getting top 3 money, man. That's like Mike Tomlin. You're not getting that type of money, man. I guess somebody could pay it, but I think it'd be crazy. You weren't the only one, Mark. I thought 12 to 15 myself, man. Yeah, man. I put my stamp on that, bro. I put my stamp on that one. I was like, for sure, man. 12 to 15 sacks, easy. Not even a question. Didn't happen, man. Hopefully he can get to like 9 or 10. If Holmes doesn't draft next year, I would say if we don't draft defense, I would draft them and RKO, bro. Yeah, there's no way, bro. There's like I could see an old lineman in there somewhere, but it's got to be heavy draft, man. It's going to be heavy draft. Defense. Heavy defensive draft. That's what I meant to say. My God, Mark, spit it out. That's what I meant to say. Defense. Edge, rush end, corner, linebacker, like defensive tackle. You know what I mean? Like, yes. There's no reason for any type of running backs, wide receivers. You don't even need to do that shit. You know, you don't need a tight end. You don't need any of that garbage, man. Heavy defense, man. My dad and I were cussing to TV, fall on the ball. Exactly. That's the first thing you're taught in football, bro. First thing you're taught in football, fall on the ball. Kaminsky really got my family and I mad. He almost cost us the game. He did, man. He did. And I know in football, NFL, they really pride themselves on scoop and scoring, eh? They really do. They have bets about it. I seen a thing a long time ago, like a little bit of a documentary on like it's kind of like the inside. It wasn't even a specific team. It was just like talking about defenses. And it was like back when I was like in my 20s or 30s. They were like, they make bets with each other during the year. How many touchdowns they score, sacks, interceptions. Guarantee they're still doing that stuff, man. But just jump on the ball. We sacrificed the Pistons for the Lions to be good. How about those Pistons? Woo! Thank God I don't give a damn about basketball like I used to. I used to really care about the Pistons, man. I want nothing to do with those jokes. BJ will get promoted to assistant head coach. Yeah. Who's assistant head coach now? It's not BJ? Because I know it was Deuce Staley. It's probably Aaron Glenn, right? It's probably Aaron Glenn. Ugh. Defensive heavy for sure. It has to be defense heavy on the draft, 100%. With Houston out, it affects Hutchinson. It's affected him all year, my friend. All year. He's dealing with all kinds of problems. I will say the biggest blow to our pass rush was James Houston. Agreed. Yeah, that's what Gun Guy was saying. I'm glad we got him back, but wonder how long until he's really his old form again. Crappy call to put him in that situation. Yeah, you know what I mean? He's the 21-day window just opened. He'll be back for the playoffs. I can't see him not being back. Play him to his strengths. Don't put the kid in coverage. Don't put him on special teams either. Pin his ears back and say, go get the quarterback. That's what he does. He's not a 3-down linebacker. They're trying to make that guy a linebacker. And I love Houston, but it's not his game. Don't make him what he's not. Put his ears back and go get the quarterback, man. That's what we want you to do. Maybe a guard. That's what I'm thinking, guard. Big believer in player strengths, 100%. Highlight the strengths, minimize your weaknesses, and have contingencies. Guaranteed. Don't let anything surprise you. Exactly. How did Jefferson make that catch against 2 Lions defenders? Because he's a dog, bro. He's an absolute dog. Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the NFL. He is. Doesn't have the numbers this year because he was hurt, but he is the best by far. I think he is. Tyreek's there. Tyreek's hanging around, but Justin Jefferson is phenomenal. His talent is here, and everybody else is down there. Tyreek can play too, though. But yeah. You think if AG leaves next year, it's Shepard going to be DC? I don't know. I don't really know, Keith, though. That's a question I don't know. I don't know if Kelvin Shepard is ready for that. I would think that they would go outside of that and try to hire somebody from outside the building, but who knows? Maybe Shepard's getting groomed. I don't know. I know with Ben Johnson, I hear they're grooming Tanner Engstrand. He's supposedly Ben Johnson's right-hand man, and that's a big part of that offensive playbook. And I think that makes more sense than anything, the Tanner Engstrand. Sorry for kind of switching that up there, but that makes more sense because you're not bringing in a whole new system for Goff if you're keeping Goff around, which I think they are. Nah, Liam hurts way more. He does hurt. It hurts big time, brother. Hurts big time, but not having a bookend hurts too. I'm not 100% confident in Holmes' defensive picks. He's made some good picks defensively, though, bro. Campbell he picked James Houston late. Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph. There's some guys. Aleem McNeil. You know what I mean? So there's been some guys, man. I trust him fully. I just think, he needs to focus on it a little bit more. CeeDee Lamb is no Jefferson. He's not, but he's an absolute stud. He's an absolute stud, bro. And he's going to have a day tomorrow. You guys know this. You guys should know that. He is going to torch whoever's out there in the secondary. Unless they double him up somehow, they box him in. I expect a big day from CeeDee Lamb. Jefferson proved to me he's the best I've seen at this time in the NFL. He's just a stud, bro. He's built different. But yes, heavy defense, no goofy running backs. Times you want a wide receiver, get him late. Or you grab somebody in free agency or late, like you said. But it's got to be heavy defense the first. If you want to throw a guard in there somewhere, okay, like the second, third round. But first through 4 or even 5, it's got to be defense, man. It's got to be defense. Keith O'Duker, man. Jefferson was the main guy against us last week. He was the guy, man. Hawkinson went down. Jordan Addison went down. That hurt Minnesota. Two former Lions in their prime to take on this playoff run. Lions fan, that'd be nice. Imagine Dre Bly and Slay. Oof, that'd be incredible. 2 playmakers right there, buddy. This was fun, guys. Hour 13. We're rolling up on. What's it called? Hour 15. I really appreciate it, guys. I'm going to make this a little quick one. Anybody got any more questions? I'll try to answer those questions. Anybody's got any comments? Get them out now because I'm leaving soon. Lions roar. He's drafted some demons on defense for sure. I don't really understand that comment. You know what I mean? He's drafted some dudes, man. He's drafted some dudes, especially this year. Branch is a stud. Branch is an absolute stud. Campbell's going to be good. I know Campbell's going to be good. Kirby, has his moments, but man, he's good. I miss Slay. I miss him too, brother. Mark the man, Orm. Hope you and your family have a good New Year. You too, guys. I hope everybody has a safe and happy New Year. Everybody take it easy. Do not drink and drive or I'll slap the shit out of you. You guys know I will find you. So, yeah, don't drink and drive, man. Be cool. call a cab, call an Uber. Got to do what you got to do. Sleep in somebody's bathtub. I don't care what you got to do, but don't get behind the wheel of the car. Appreciate it, guys. Everybody. Yeah, he drafted Hutch too. That was kind of a no-brainer, right, Gary? But yeah, absolutely. He's had some hits and misses, but I think we focus a little bit too much on the misses. The Martin thing was a little bit special. It was a little different, I thought. Not special, but a little bit odd, a little weird. But hey, man, it's hopefully it turns out to be, because Holmes has been good. Maybe he sees something that we don't see, obviously. So I appreciate it, guys. Everybody, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Appreciate you guys out there. Okay, one pride, Troy versus everybody. Let's go. Ooh.